if this ruling stands, and I mean, even if it goes to the Supreme Court would probably rule the same way, because basically what the ruling is saying, what the D.C. District Court said, is that what the FCC said back in 2000. Let me set this up. In 1996, the Telecommunications Act, which itself I have some serious problems with, but anyhow, Bill Clinton signed this thing into law. And as with so many things, particularly from that era when Republicans were running the House, I think Newt was around in 96. I'm pretty sure. Excuse me, I've got a ragged throat this morning. Pardon me. That the Telecommunications Act of 96 defined two kinds of things relative to the Internet. There are those groups that deliver the Internet to the people who deliver the Internet to you. In other words, these giant backbone providers. And then there are the people who actually deliver the Internet to you, which in most cases is like your local cable company, your telephone company. Well, in fact, there are still a few independent ISPs floating around, but most of them run their stuff over your cable or over your telephone, and they do so in states where that's still required that they have to be able to. But increasingly, those options have been pushed out, and so now you've got basically Comcast owns most of the internet business in the United States, the largest portion of the internet business in the United States. I'm not sure if it's most, but if it's more than half, but they're the largest, and then AT&T I think is number 2, and you've basically got 3 companies that control well over half, and probably I haven't had an opportunity to parse the numbers, but my guess would be at least 5 companies control probably 75 or 80% of all the internet traffic in the United States at the consumer point where you get it. And what they want to do is they want to move from a net neutrality model, which is where you get the internet and you decide what you want to see, and you pay one price per month for your usage of the internet, and that price can go up if you use a lot of the internet, but it doesn't matter what part of the internet you use, okay? So it's sort of like buying water from the water company. You have a basic price for a certain amount for, the first 100,000 gallons that you or whatever, 1,000 gallons that you use in a month, you pay $8 a month for, or $80 a month. I have no idea what water costs these days, and it's on our dock. I have to pump it myself, and then if you want to buy more water, you pay extra for it. Okay, so that's how the internet works right now in the United States. The way it works with cable TV is very different. You can watch cable TV all day long, or you can watch it once a month, and you pay the same basic cable fee. If you want to see more stations, if you want to see MSNBC, for example, at least with the provider that we have, it's an extra $5 a month. You've got to go to a different plan that gives you MSNBC and 3 or 4 other networks as well. If you want to see HBO, you've got to buy another plan, which includes HBO. If you want Showtime, you got to get a different plan that includes that, and you pay more for all these things, whether you use them or not. And that's the key to the insane profitability of this kind of a system. It's something called breakage. The concept of breakage is the key to really high profit systems in business. If you can get people to pay for things that they don't use, then you make a small fortune. And I can tell you back, from the days when Nigel Peacock and I used to run and Sue Nethercutt, we ran the International Trade Forum on CompuServe. And CompuServe charged $7 a month extra for access to that forum because it was a trading venue. I mean, people were in there literally making millions of dollars buying and trading. And people would come in and they'd offer shiploads of shrimp or 300 tons of steel, and they were actually doing the deals on the internet. This is in the 80s. This is when CompuServe was the internet. So people paid $7 a month to sign up for it, and they just their credit card got dinged every month forever. And this was AOL's business model early on too. Just ding your credit card forever. And people would go and they would check it out for a month or two, and then they'd get bored and go away, and they'd forget that they were paying the $7. And at one point toward the end of CompuServe, probably 70-80% of the people who were paying that $7 for access to the trade forum never, ever went into it. So, and that was a lot of money for CompuServe. It was presumably hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars. I don't know the exact amount, but I do know that the usage went down and the billing was continuing. And so that's called breakage. So if these ISPs now can come to you and say, oh, you want access to the .XXX domains, porn? You want access to these big news sites, New York Times, Washington Post, whatever it may be. You want access to, here's our basic plan. Our basic plan gives you the New York Times, the Washington Post, and Seton Motley's site. But the big plan, and like that, you understand what I'm saying? They want to turn the internet into like cable TV. And because the FCC ruled back in 2000 that ISPs were content delivery mechanisms, much like the company that brings cable into your home, rather than common carriers like phone companies. See, the phone company can't charge you more based on who you're talking to. They can't say, if I call Shane, they're going to charge me $1. But if I call Danielle, they're only going to charge me 50 cents. They can't do that because they're what's called a common carrier. So if the FCC were to redefine internet service providers as common carriers and undo their own 2000 decision, then all this could be fixed. Go over to freepress.net and you can sign a petition to do that. We'll be back.
You're listening to the Thom Hartmann Program. Call 866-987-THOM.
We need to go back to net neutrality. Net neutrality used to be called the First Amendment of the Internet. It's like everybody has free speech.